Well, welcome everyone to another episode of Uncle Garrett.
And Aunt May.
So glad you're here. So happy to see you. And today we want to talk a little bit about pride. You know, pride in your country and your work and so many great things. Pride is good to be proud, isn't it?
Well, actually, I have to surprise you that proud is a sneaky, tricky thing that can easily fool you to think it's good, but actually it's very damaging. Let's discover it.
Right. So the downsides of pride, and we'll get into things like pride in country and maybe school and work and so forth later. But there's the dark side of pride, which is the pride that prevents you from seeing your faults, from apologizing. Pride also prevents the personal growth that comes from being able to see your faults. And, you know, one of the bravest and most beautiful things you can say to anybody is, I did this wrong, please forgive me. And some true apology like that is something that builds love and trust among friends and family and all types of relationships.
If I received some words like, I did this wrong, please forgive me, it's not just forgive them. There's much more to it. I feel like the respect and what else?
Yeah, it's kind of an irony, you know.
Yeah.
Admitting fault, saying I was wrong, actually improves your standing
Yes,
in people's eyes, and it does.
Yeah, I will feel respect and my admiration to this person. And another thing is so bad about pride is that just say that there's a conflict, you get hurt. If you don't have pride, then your feeling is sad and hurt. But if you have pride and the hurt feeling escalated by pride and you get a place to anger and hatred. And that's very damaging because then you cannot forgive people. Yeah. And then turn yourself into emotional toxic person.
Leads to all sorts of negative emotions on top of...
And that hurt your health, and that hurt your relationship. So all kind of bad things. So the pride is a hidden piece that can really bring you to a very toxic place. You really want to dig it out.
And proud people are and you know this, proud people are actually very easy to spot. They really do stand out because they look like pompous fools, just because everyone sees their faults except for them. But even pride in the so-called good pride, like even pride in an accomplishment, is something that can be bad. If you have pride, you can actually start thinking of yourself as above others. And as soon as you do that, it does become quickly apparent to others. People can see that, and it hurts others' feelings if they know that you think you're above them.
Nobody wants to feel being ladled. And so that is the quickest way if you want to lose all the friendship.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's another really bad thing about pride is that it kind of blinds you in a conflict and fight. You tend to believe you have no faults, and so you tend to put all your focus to argue that all the blames belong to them. So that's very damaging for maintaining and improve a relationship. But plus, you couldn't see your own problem. Yeah. Even when you're challenged, you don't believe it.
Yeah. So pride is kind of like a brain fog in this case. If you have two friends, one is very proud and one is humble, who would you rather be with? Of course you'd rather be around the humble person. They're so much easier to get along with and so much more pleasant than the proud person. So why not be that humble person that everybody likes?
So, Uncle Garrett, is there any pride is actually good?
Oh, you mean like pride in country or school
Or
or
pride for some achievement?
accomplishments?
Yes. Are they good?
Well, think about pride in country. So you probably didn't build the country you're in. you probably were lucky enough to be born into it. So I think and I understand, it's maybe you were lucky enough to be born into a very nice country. And it's better to think about it as gratefulness.
Blessing.
Thankfulness that you were lucky enough to be born into that, or be born into a smart and rich family. That was just something lucky that you can be thankful for. Or even the school you went to. You were lucky enough to have parents to, help you scored high in your admissions test to get into a very nice school. And certainly you had some part in that, but it's also a lot of luck, honestly. So, be thankful, be grateful, but try to avoid the pride, because once again, it leads to this idea that becomes apparent to others that you think of yourself as above others, and nobody likes that.
How about the case that I achieved some great things, accomplished some things? Can I feel proud?
Oh yeah. So something that you did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good to feel proud about it, right?
Yes.
Well,
Is that good?
I think it's better to just be happy and joyful that you accomplished something great. But let's just pretend that, say you built a beautiful building or something. If you're an architect, for example, and you're very proud of it. Well, what if someone comes along and says, well, that building could be improved by adding this or subtracting that or moving this or that. And if you're feeling very proud of it, you're going to feel like, oh, that stupid person.
He doesn't know what he's talking.
But, what if they have a point? If you're humble, you can consider that point and maybe incorporate suggestions to make an even better building next time.
Yeah, what's the benefit of being humble?
Yeah. So humility leads you to personal growth. It leads you to continuous improvement. It leads you to being able to take criticism without being angry about it. And everybody loves a humble person. And that's one of the ironies, people... there's this seems to be this common cognitive dissonance that I like humble people, but I want to be proud.
Being humble can lead to the self-discovery, and also being curious to ask question of the other's opinion. And the curiosity is a form of love, especially in a conflict. Being humble, you can ask why they do that rather than accuse it has to be their problem.
Right. And that curiosity leads to understanding people, which leads to mutual respect and love.
And lead to a solution rather than always fighting.
Right.
So it's a great gem for relationship, this humility.
So I hope this helps illuminate the problems with pride.
Yeah, grow more humility and bring more respect and love and friendship or relationship. So it will all come along with it.
Well, hit that like button. Thank you so much for listening. Subscribe for more. And until next time, this is Uncle Garrett.
And this is Aunt May.
Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.